Do you know that SAS Decisioning is helping customers make better decisions every day around the globe? Have you heard of Intelligent Decisioning, our most innovative product for decision management? I'm Jeremy Chen. I'm part of the product management team for decisioning at SAS. Today, let me show you a demo that illustrates the power of intelligent decisioning. On top of that, I will also show you 3 new features that can be used to build complex decision processes. But before we start, let's first review why SAS Intelligent Decisioning is transforming the landscape of decision management. With SAS Intelligent Decisioning, customers can put their machine learning models into production with ease and speed. Because intelligent decisioning and many other SAS analytics products live in the same platform, SAS Via, customers can perform every step in their analytics lifecycle and decision lifecycle without ever having to go somewhere else. Enterprise decisions often require complex decision processes. We know that this intelligent decisioning can support pretty complex decision processes. But customers want more. They also want these decision processes to be easy to maintain. They want there to be minimal duplication of logic. They want different teams to be able to collaborate on common decisions. At the same time, they also want the teams to have clearly separated concerns and decisioning responsibilities. In today's demo, we will highlight 3 features that can be used to help customers create complex decision processes with the goal of maximizing reuse and maintaining separation of concerns. These 3 features are nested decision processes, invocation of mass directly in a decision process, and using data grid for micro-batch. Okay, let's get our demo started. First, a few words about our demo. Our demo is based on the decisioning process for credit card transaction fraud. When a card transaction is submitted for approval, the card issuer bank uses this decision process to determine if the transaction is a potential fraud. If yes, the transaction will be denied and the case will be sent to another team for review. The customer will also receive an email when this happens. Naturally, our decision process is a lot simpler than what is used in real life. We start our demo in SAS Drive. Here, we find our demo project in the Favorites panel and navigate to Intelligent Decisioning. So now we're looking at our top-level decision flow. We will first check if our card is blacklisted. We'll use an SQL task for this. And you can see here the code is pretty simple. But let's validate that our code is actually correct. And now we'll add a simple rule to block all the transactions that have been blacklisted. Remember I said I'll show you 3 features to support complex decision processes? Here is our number 1 feature. Use nested decision flows. With nested decision flows, you will have an easier time explaining a very complex process to the stakeholders, and you will be able to reuse sub-decisions across organizations. The modular design also makes it easier for both maintenance and for collaboration. So here is our top-level decision flow. This decision flow embeds 2 nested subflows. Here, let's open the fraud decision subflow. The sub-decision flow is used to check past history, geography, and also to apply different machine learning models. The second feature for complex decisions is data grid. Do you know that you can actually use data grid to support micro-batches that require the use of aggregated variables? Of course, data grid is also super useful when you need to query a data store to get multiple records into your decision process in real time to enrich the decision data. So here's an example to use a data grid with a SQL query and to use the data grid for calculated variables. The value returned from the SQL query is assigned to a data grid variable named transaction lookup out, and the data grid has two columns. The data grid structure comes with many useful functions. We use them to calculate aggregated variables, among other things, so that we can use these variables in our rules. While we focus on the three features for complex decisions, I want to quickly demonstrate how easy it is for you to bring analytics into decisioning. Here we have a branch node where we apply different machine learning models for different regions. All I need to do is to navigate to the model repository and pick the right model. So here we see we have imported 3 machine learning models into our fraud decision flow. Once we score the transaction with the model, we can use the score in the rules. Here we combine the score and other attributes to determine the resolution of the transaction. The third feature I want to highlight today is the ability to invoke another microanalytics service within a decision. This capability provides another way to a modular design and for reuse of common sub-services. The main difference between this one and nesting decision flows is that here, as a consumer of the microanalytics service, you do not need to know or care to know how it is implemented. Maybe you do care. But the key point is, its implementation is the responsibility of another team, and they have their own release cadence. And here, in our second subflow, we have a step to invoke a microanalytic service for anomaly analysis. This step is implemented using SAS code. Intelligent decisioning is highly extensible. For example, you can use Python code to call out to external services hosted on other platforms. In the last step of our fraud detection flow here, we will send an email to those accounts with suspected fraud activities. This step is implemented in Python. Now you've seen the whole decision flow, let's run a quick test. And now we have the test result. Let's bring the data into SAS Visual Analytics for a quick review. Here, we can see that by state, Georgia seems to have the highest number of transactions denied, and California has most suspicious cases that we should investigate further. So today we demoed 3 features of intelligent decisioning that support our customers' complex decisioning needs. We also showed how easy it is to bring analytics into decisioning. Please hit the like button if you want to see more demos like this.